And today we're going to talk about a recent CVPR paper called Rethinking Few-Shot Adaptation of Visual Language Models in Two Stages. My name is Matteo Farina and I'm the first author of this paper. So, as a quick background, what do we mean by few-shot adaptation? We mean the specific problem of um, tackling a downstream task, which in our case will be different classification task, given only a few annotated examples for each category of interest. Um, the first category of methods proposed in the literature to tackle this problem were prompt learning methods, and more recently, the literature have switched to various forms of adapters. And what we do in this work is that we start with a very simple observation. So we take three parameter efficient fine tuning strategies, namely LoRa, BitVid, and layer norm. We don't do anything special, we just do parameter efficient fine tuning and observe what happens during few shot adaptation. And what emerges is that no matter the parameter efficient fine tuning technique that you pick, in most of the cases you will see learning dynamics of this kind, where a breakpoint emerges in such a way that before the breakpoint, parameter efficient fine tuning would learn good task level features. So you would see performance jointly increases for both base and novel categories. And after the breakpoint, you will observe performance degradation on novel categories, whilst uh, performance on base categories, even on held out data, so this is not overfitting, will keep improving. So obviously the question that we ask is whether we can exploit this dynamic, and obviously yes, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video. And present a very simple algorithm which we call two-stage few-shot adaptation, which works very simply. So we take any parameter efficient fine-tuning technique. In our case, are going to be layer norm, and we train with a standard supervised objective with the data points that we have. And assuming a computational budget of m total iterations, we only do a fraction of them, a fraction alpha of them in this stage. Alpha is the only hyperparameter we have here. And for the remaining of the iterations, so y minus alpha iterations, what we do is that we freeze all the modules and that we simply compute the base embeddings, so embeddings of base categories, and treat those as a classifier, and simply proceed with classifier tuning. And therefore, at inference time, what we can do is that we can pre-pick the embeddings of base categories, whether when those are needed, since they are rows of the classifier, so they're easy to get. And at the same time, if we are asked to compute the embedding of a category, we didn't have it in annotated data, we simply computed with a text encoder, which has updated layer norm modules. So ideally, we should have gotten out of so layer norm modules should be tuned up to the optimal breakpoint. Um, Results, as you can see from the results, in base to novel generalization, then we have this very simple recipe would match and oftentimes outperform the most established methods of the field. Here, note that we have a failure case on the result, which we'll dig deeper in some slides. And the reason is exactly because we fix hyperparameters only on one dataset. These datasets are very different, so they may benefit from having dataset specific hyperparameters, which is something that we don't do to strive for an evaluation which is as realistic as possible. And we see good results matching or outperforming the state of the art as well in the all-swall setup where all classes are base classes. And yeah, we have more analysis obviously in the paper as well. The most important caveat would be that this works on prompt learning too. But yeah, uh, the core, the caveat, the core message of the paper is that we propose a very simple recipe for FSA. There's many cool future directions, and feel free to stop by at the poster in case you're interested.